How's it going, everybody? In today's video we'll be discussing how to debug a Python Django based application. Debugging is a pretty important skill, especially when you're working on large scale projects where it's not feasible to put print statements everywhere in your code in trying to identify what is going wrong. This is where debugger comes in really handy. First, let me start by explaining the project setup. So I've used Python 3.8.9 for setting up this Django project. The Django version that I'm using is 4.04, and I'm also using Django REST framework here because I find it pretty convenient to manipulate JSON using Django REST framework. My settings file has two installed applications over the default that are provided. First one is the Django REST framework, which is the one that we have installed, and another one is this blocks application that I have created here locally. In the blog application, you will see that I have just a basic model which contains two fields. One is author, another one is title, which identifies the author of the blog and the title of the blog, and the ID field is provided by default from Django. It's like the primary key field of a model. The URLs of the base file, it consists of the admin panel URL, which is provided by Django by default, and I've created a new URL path for blog, which is the application that I've created. I've also registered my blog model into the Django admin panel using the admin.register decorator, class decorator, and I've created a blog admin where I'm doing a list display of author and titles of all the blogs that I have. First, let's run this application and see how many blogs we have written by which author. So you see that we have 4 blogs right now. First one is written by Rishabh. The title is The Art of Choosing a Stable Python Version. By the way, this is a real blog that I have written, and if you're trying to set up a new Python project from scratch, irrespective whether it's Django, Flask, or some AI based model that you're trying to create, this particular article is a good place to start in trying to identify which Python version you should be using. This is another blog again written by Rishabh, which is Debug with Python. Then these are the 2 blogs, which is written by, one is written by Dave, Python for AI, one written by Will, Python for Django. Coming to the views that we have, so in URLs you can see I just have a single URL which is pointing to which is trying to print out, list down all the blogs which are written by Rishabh. If I go to this particular URLs class based view, you will see that it's a get type of class based view, where first what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fetch all the blogs which are written by Rishabh. Here on the blogs table, I'm trying to filter all the blogs where the author's name is Rishabh, and then I'm putting all of this response in a blogs variable, which on which I'm using the values field. So blogs is a query set where I'm trying to fetch all the values of the author and the title field of the blogs model, and I'm putting that inside my response data, which is being returned by a response. If we try to run this, ideally I'm expecting that there should be 2 blogs item that we see in response, because as we can see here there are 2 blogs which are written by Rishabh, but as we'll see very soon, that is not what happens. So as you can see here, the response is empty when I'm trying to list down all the blogs which are written by Rishabh. So something is going wrong in this view. Exactly what, we don't know for sure at the moment. So let's try and run the debug. So I'll stop the normal run server execution and I'll go to my Visual Studio's launch configuration. Here you'll see I have 2 types of launch configurations. First one is named as Python run server, Django run server. Another one is Python Django single test module. We'll focus on this one for now. So you can see what the program that I'm trying to execute here is. I want to go to my workspace folder, which is basically this Django debug base folder, and I want to run the manage.py file, which is this manage.py file, and the arguments that I want to pass to my manage.py file is run server, and I want to set Django to true. That basically means I want to run a Django based application in debug mode using this command, and I'm setting Django equals to true. After this configuration has been set, you can actually go to your debugger option and you can select the debugging configuration that you want to use. I want to use Python Django run server. You can select it and then you can start your server. So as you can see, this is executing the run server command, manage.py run server command, but before executing that, it's setting a lot of basic things. For example, it's setting up a process in Python debug launcher where it's attaching your run server command so that the debugger can actually pick up the controller as soon as the view starts executing. And in my views, you can see I've already set up 3 basic debug points, one for blocks, one for response data, and last one for returning the response. So let me again hit the same URL. Okay, the control is in my debugger now. If I try to continue, right now you can see the blog must be empty because the line has not executed. Oh sorry, blog it is. So blog is empty, it's not yet defined. The blocks is also not defined, I'm sure. Blocks is also not yet defined. So I'll continue this so that this function gets executed. Basically this line is executed now, and now blocks must be defined. So if I'll print blocks again, oh, the query set is empty. So this particular point of code is something is a place where something is going wrong. Now let's see, the author's name should be Rishabh, and as we can see here from our admin panel, the author's name is already Rishabh. Then what's wrong? Well, this is a pretty common mistake to make in Django if you're new, and that is when you're comparing text fields, Django by default does a case sensitive comparison. And if you want to force Django to do a case insensitive comparison, then you have to put in a statement of I exact. So this basically says filter from blocks model where the author's name is ignore exact, means ignore the case, and the name is exactly is equals to Rishabh. So from blocks model, filter all the blog where the author's name is case insensitively equal to Rishabh, exactly equal to Rishabh. This is what this particular line means. Actually it's double underscore here. Yeah. So if I stop my debugger now, I save this code, and I simply run my server again, going to the terminal. Actually let me again do a debug so that we can see that the output is getting called. So let me run this debugger. Debug is again started. Let me query this again. So last time the blocks was empty. Let's execute the blocks so that it's initialized. Now let's see what's the value of blocks. Voila, you can see here that the value of blocks has been initialized with these 2 blog objects. First one is the ID 1 Rishabh with the art of choosing a stable Python version title, and then ID 2 blog author Rishabh, which is a debug with Python. And these are exactly the 2 blocks that we see on our admin panel. Now if we continue and we let the response to be returned, we will see that in our blog list we have 2 blocks printed as expected. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I'll put a link to the GitHub repository for this code in the description below. You can use a similar launch configuration for launching your Python debugger using Visual Studio Code, Python Django debugger for Visual Studio Code, and let me know in the comments down below if you're facing any issues, and I'll try my best to answer them as soon as possible.